last time on D&D. Coming up to the entrance of the Horde. This is Captain speaking. Motherfucking Devon and his lieutenants on flying beasts and mounts, getting ready to do an attack. He told y'all to keep your distance and stop interfering, but you didn't. So he came up on him. So he came up on you. Fight ensued, and then battle was a little bit more hairy than thought. Plans went over why. Counter spells were thrown, and then next thing you know, lieutenants were dying. Your artificer started killing animals, and then Devon was gravely wounded and made his retreat. He was chased after. Unfortunately, the blood trail ended. Ended abruptly, ended unnaturally, ended kind of a bit too cleanly for blood on the ground, but there was no sign of him around, and the druid, being wild-shaped, carrying the fighter, couldn't ascertain a further location and came back to the rest of the group. Something strange has been going around the Rocky Pass where nobody here is taking fall damage.
Aha, we're back.
That's just because we're so skilled.
You find yourselves still in the Rocky Crab.
It's a witch!
What? What the fuck?
VC's having a stroke.
He's having flashbacks of the Salem witch trials.
You guys already got the loot off the 2 dead lieutenants, got some meat off the griffin. The other 2 mounts seemingly vanished into thin air, as if part of maybe a spell. So you're down this path before this cavern entrance where there is a fog covering the entrance into the cavern before you. The current weather right now is sunny, windy, briskly. You guys are recovering from your fight.
Let me go.
Turn to you.
I don't know if I have any hit dice left. Fuck.
I can't talk because I'm a motherfucking barb.
I am not on the board.
Oh, I leveled. I'm at full health.
You now on the board.
Eh.
Does the smoke clear away? What's that? Mr. Smoke.
It's like a fog. It's
Alright.
not smoke. It won't give you smoke inhalation, but it's more of a fog mist.
Does it feel magical of nature, or does it just feel like fog?
Give me an Arcana check.
Perfect. I'm terrible at that. Piss. 7.
Feels like fog.
Oof. Look at all of this fog.
Honey Badger! Hi, Honey Badger.
It's cool to touch, where it starts putting moisture on your fingertips when you reach out and check it out.
Huh.
I'd like to fly near it and see if anything happens when I try to flap my wings to get any of it to dissipate.
It dissipates as you fly near it. As your wings flap, there's enough power that you could with your wings. It does move out of the way, but it eventually fills back in the gap. And with your roll me a nature check there, Shannon, after conducting such an action.
Neither. Good luck
She's
to
conducting.
me. Oh.
So you know
So natural.
that this is just a change of temperature, where the cavern must be a whole lot colder than it is out here, to the point to where it's like the temperature difference is making this fog.
Okay, so knowing this, I'm going to land in the fog and then poke my bird head out and like try to beckon them by like moving my neck, like, "Hey, go over here."
I don't understand what a bird is.
Bird.
Bird!
Now you know. Now you know what a bird is. You're welcome.
I'm pretty curious as to what's going on over here. I will step into it slowly.
You feel the surroundings temperature drop. Your vision gets a little bit obscured, but you're standing in cold fog. You see the entrance to the cave before you.
Did we ever get the name of the dragon? I think we did, and I can't
We did.
remember it off the top of my head. I'd like to yell it out, though.
Father!
You yell out the name Hallowbrand.
But more of like a
You hear your
question,
own
not
voice.
like...
Yeah. So the question comes back at you. Hallowbrand. Hallowbrand. That's in your voice.
I'm gonna wait. I don't... Mm.
I don't think birds can see well in the dark. Oh, I'm gonna check.
No answer?
No answer. Just your echo.
An eagle. I don't have dark.
Gross.
I'm gonna
Perception
also
14.
attempt that.
Keen
Except
sight.
I'm gonna say we've driven the intruders away. The other intruders.
As you attempt that and say more, it just starts the echo starts overlapping with everything you're saying.
Well, then fuck it. I'm gonna walk in.
Nope. Okay, we're following. We're
Captain begins waddling into
waddling in.
He's wadding?
Oh, wad me?
the fog. Waddling.
And he waddled away.
Whoa.
Like this.
Wham caboodle. Please touch my noodle.
What the fuck, Justin?
As you guys get about 30 feet into this cavern, sunlight disappearing from behind you, you go from stepping on stones and rocks to stepping into about 3 inches of snow as it packs underneath your boots.
What the hell?
That's not normal. Huh. I'd like to call out one more time. I feel like this is super intruding on whatever we're fucking doing.
I mean, yes, very much so.
Again, your call out is met with your own echo.
How awful.
Is there any signs of like blood on any of the snow or like?
Aside from on us.
It's almost pristine. There's actually not even footsteps ahead of you, as you can see in this dim light. As you're seeing all this packed snow.
Hmm.
Well, I guess mission fucking accomplished.
Yay, I did.
The dragon is dead.
No, no.
Oh god.
What the fuck is it? The fuck? That's all I see.
Anyone have any other ideas?
Bring out your dagger. Let's see some fucking light in here.
Bring out your dead.
I clickety clackety my boots. Get some light up in this bit.
Oh, I see. I gotta play chess or checkers, perhaps.
Some dragon chess.
Yeah, alright. I'll also take out my dagger. It's not a terrible idea. Get some light up in here.
I cast Thaumaturgy on whichever, if his boots are brighter or if the dagger is brighter, whichever's brighter, it gets even brighter so we can see shit. Because this is not good.
I mean, maybe. Maybe he's just
Bridgestorm is
hard of hearing.
absolutely, Bridgestorm is absolutely correct. He's walked ahead, making footsteps in the snow, and he definitely calls out seeing two people playing chess in an open part of this cavern, where there's actual sunlight filtering down.
Interesting. How old do these people look to be?
One of them you've seen before.
Is it Figo?
Oh. Theo?
That's the one.
I was like, who the fuck is Figo?
You know the one.
Figaro, Figaro.
Yes, it is he.
My God.
Birch, do you recognize him?
I apparently. Do I DM?
Mhm.
'Cause
Oh,
what?
Vampire!
Ah!
Oh yeah. Hey, buddy.
He is sitting with his back towards y'all at this chessboard with this fellow player.
Cool.
He does not look familiar, no?
No.
He is not familiar to you.
Okay.
As they're pondering this chessboard, that guy in the close cropped black hair leans over to the side and sees both Rich Dorm and Primrose standing in that offshot of the cavern and says, motions you over, goes, "Ah, yes, come in. Hallowbrand is a bit busy."
Sorry for the intrusion. We just stopped somebody from trying to murder him. Well, I mean, he might be back,
No,
but
no apologies necessary. You all have done a great thing for Hallowbrand. He is actually most pleased to hear of this. You see him pick up a chess piece, move it, hit this piece of the clock. And now the mind vampire leans in a little bit closer, pondering his next move.
Oh, they're playing speed chess in a cave.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We can't trust these people.
what the
They're
What do you mean, these people?
how cold is it in here with the snow and
Vampires?
such?
It's cold. It's below normal temperatures. If you don't have warming layers on, you're a little chilly.
Take my cloak out of my bag. Put it on.
Again, the other man with the
Was another man.
light skin, not the man vampire complexion, leans over to the side again, looking past the chessboard into all you, and motions. Come closer. It's okay. Just playing chess here. I know you've met my friend.
I feel bad making marks in the snow, but I wanna see who's winning.
So when you come into this cavern, it's opened all the way up to the top, and you see tops of trees and rocks that are familiar to what was outside before you came to the entrance. Except when you look up out of this opening, you see everything up there is also covered in snow, and through the opening, even though the sun's shining down, like there is a light flurry coming down here, but it's not like it's very sparse, so it's not like clouding anybody's vision and whatnot. But it's like technically it's snowing right now.
Pretty. Are you guys coming
Well,
in?
Good afternoon, miss. What is your name?
Again, sorry for the intrusion. I feel like I shouldn't be in here, but I'm Primrose Jillfane of the Masked Maiden. These are my crew members as
What
well,
do?
as well as the captain and commodore back there coming in.
It's well met, Miss Gillifran. And what a noble crew I've heard that you're a part of. Hallowbrand is most pleased of your actions. Today you've done him a great service. Was it your intentions to come up this mountain and earn his favor?
Wasn't so much about favor. We just wanted to help him. We heard that Devon was trying to kill multiple good dragons, and this is his third attempt, and well, almost third successful. He still has people coming up the mountain.
Yes, this news was pretty troubling to Hallowbrand. He wasn't sure whether or not this was going to hold out. However, Hallowbrand also knew that the Adventurers Guild was coming up this way from Port Muna. You all joined them, yes?
We did, and unfortunately, some of them got fireballed. So that's yeah. They ended up going back down the mountain to save what they could.
Tell me, Hallowbrand is curious. How much do you know of this Devon? As you see the vampire finally make his move, hit the clock, and then suddenly this guy goes from looking at you to like paying attention to the board.
Can I make an insight check?
What are you trying to insightful on?
See if he made a good move.
Go for it.
Is that insight or is that like an intelligence check? I don't know much about chess in game or in real life.
What do you want me to roll?
We'll give it as an insight.
Oh, this man is playing some form of game I've never seen.
Yeah, it's so mid game and pieces are everywhere that there's only like maybe a pawn and a maybe a bishop taken. It's still very early in the game.
Did you know the horse piece can jump? Grim, look at that.
Well, we know Devon is part of a death cult, and apparently he's trying to gain enough power to overthrow the main woman of the death cult so that he can take over. So that was new information for us.
Double evil.
Yeah, great.
New
Well, I
and
mean, none of
exciting.
them are trustworthy, so this probably isn't even surprising to Elena.
So as he's looking at the board, eyes on the board, and he goes, Death Cult, Elena. You know these people?
Not personally.
Yeah, we're not friendly with them.
We're trying to track them down so they stop murdering a bunch of people. We keep finding rituals, cultists, demons.
Oh,
It's-
children that were possessed?
Yeah, slave kids. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that. Yeah.
It's been pretty crazy, sirs.
My apologies. Captain, you should really be the one speaking.
I fucking should not.
Yeah, that's fair. A good captain knows how to outsource his crew. He's supervising.
That's the move that we say is the move.
Oh yeah. Those who can't do lead, they say.
And those who can't do any of it, get the fuck out of the way.
Yep.
Now, Hallowbrand, as he makes his move and hits the clock, Hallowbrand has heard of the Mask Maiden and the Captain Mask and his crew. Numako Island, you saved them from inflicted nightmares. Is this
Oh,
also
shit.
part of the death cult?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
did do well.
We did see Elena there, so we are. Yeah,
we
we
did,
suspected
yeah.
this.
You need the
I
Captain,
read that.
Primrose, Bridgestorm, and Slate to give me perception checks.
Can I? I'm here.
Well, I see your character back there checking out the big toad.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna perceive this toad. I just wanted to roll something.
Checking out the big toe.
That's a big toad.
I'm perceiving.
I would like to perceive this toad.
There's a toad? What?
Oh, 28.
Where are you?
Like, I have a sneaking suspicion he's referring to himself in the third person, which is weird.
No, there's a toad. Oh, you're talking about
you.
Hallowbrand? Yeah.
Yeah,
He has taken human form and is playing chess.
There's a
could
toad.
be.
Hallowbrand from Final Fantasy. Like and subscribe.
Love him.
Prim, Mask, Slate, and Bridgestorm all noticed that when this man playing chess, who you were assuming is Hallowbrand, when mentioning Numako Island and the nightmare that you ended there that was plaguing, connected to the thing, you noticed that the mind vampire looked up from the board to like give him a look before and like held his gaze there for like a second and like return to it. Meanwhile, in the back of the cavern, Alex Burton, you're looking at what you thought was probably like a statue of like a giant toad, maybe covered in ice. But as you see it do its like little thing with its like its little mouth with but it doesn't make like it doesn't make like a ribbit sound. And then its eyes open and close. You realize this is just a giant blue toad in the middle of this little cavern.
Okay, love
Magical because
Aw.
it's not hibernating.
I want to go. I want to see the toad.
I leave the toad alone, but I study it.
Suck my toad.
No, no.
He's a toad sucker.
Toad.
So the other guy speaks up. The guy that you suspect to be Hallowbrand says, "Hallowbrand's curious. Devon killed Copper and a brass dragon. Did he have anything on him of sorts that were tokens from both his kills?"
Oh, lots of blood.
I didn't see any. Did you guys see any? Scales or
Any-
something?
Uh,
You'd
Dragon
figure I
scales
would
that
have
you
seen
could use on
something
the
when he
weapons.
stabbed me, but I didn't.
What about the loot? The dragon
Yeah.
scales that could be used to fortify the weapons.
Oh,
Where's that?
there you go. Slate.
Those weren't on Devon. Those were on one of his lieutenants.
Well, still, they might have
Will
gotten
hold
it.
one
from
of them up like this, or are you looking for something more? I don't know.
Hallowbrand has reason to believe that this noble is slaying dragons and he's building something.
I'm sorry. Are you referring to yourself in the third person? Are you Hallowbrand? Are we just?
He looks over at you with a smile. He goes, "I am Hallowbrand. It's very nice to meet you."
Mm-hmm. You too. There's. I'll just keep it to myself.
I think you won it fair and square. Hallowbrand does not care if you keep treasure or loot taken off from the enemies. Well, I suppose you all might be wondering if you're going to get rewarded, and you are. And that's when you hear the mind vampire go, and you see the expression change on Hallowbrand of like, oh yeah. And he goes, "There's just one matter to discuss first, and I need you to answer truthfully. Are you prepared?"
Are
we have
you
no
asking
reason to
us
lie.
as a group, or
But it's
are
about
you
the
asking
griffin.
us an
We
individual?
are prepared to answer a question, and you might not like the answer.
We did not kill that horse. That was the other guy.
This is when you notice that the mind vampire is like giving Hallowbrand a look. Hallowbrand looks at you solemnly and goes, "I know my friend here, Miggy, gave you specific 2 rules when entering his domain. My lair is in his domain, and I am gracious of his company, and I abide by his own rules as well. And yes, I am not only speaking about the horse, but the griffin as well, as we know that the griffin you were directly responsible for killing."
I was not. I wasn't even here.
Shit. I thought they rode in on those. I thought that the rules were for animals inside of the domain that resided here. I thought that.
No, they entered the area, so they are
Oh,
under
well.
the protection of the mind vampire.
Yeah, that was pretty sure that was me who pulled the trigger on that final shot.
On the griffin? You shot the griffin?
Oh, I shot everything. I fucking shot everything.
Oh,
but the
Jesus.
griffin was one of the things I shot last.
Okay, well, then we need to
Yep.
make amends. So, what?
He did it.
Did you
Yeah.
call him Mickey?
Miggy!
Yes, this
You hear
happened.
the mind vampire also give like a to Hallowbrand. Hallowbrand like throws up a not looking at him, but throws up like a hand at him, like, wait a moment. And he goes, Hallowbrand apologizes. Miggy is what I call it.
Oh,
No, this is Lord Miguel Consuela Contilla of House Diago.
big fan that you have male and female names. I
The mind vampire stands up, pushes his chair back, and like turns to you all and gives like a bow with like his cape in hand, and then stands back up, but resumes back to sitting and looking back at the board, kind of being very cold to you all.
Yeah, understandable. So, how can we make amends?
Let us amend you.
Well, you've done a great service in getting rid of Devon and the attack on my life. For that, I'm most grateful for and most willing to let you take part of my horde as a reward. However, I believe it's not going to be as much as I would like to give to you because Miggy here thinks I should take one of your lives in exchange.
What a squabbling couple. Look,
That's fine.
I'm not mad. He's mad, but he asked me to come here and talk to you guys about it.
Well, we broke a rule, so we do need to
Oh yeah, for
find
sure.
a
Yeah,
way.
kill that
That's true. Whoever
So-
pulled the trigger dies. That's
I
the
just
ticket.
raise my hand. That would be me.
Didn't you jump on one and try to like stab it to death?
Oh, those were fictional. The bull.
Not you.
No, I
The
absolutely
lion.
did not try to stab it to death. I tried to stab the other man to death.
I don't know.
I don't think it matters. We're all at fault.
I don't believe it.
I wasn't.
And what about the horse?
Bench's leg. Oh my god. Devon's. What was she? A sorceress? She killed it. So we killed her.
We did kill the shit out of her. Like, it wasn't pretty. It was
She
actually
deserved it.
graphic.
Then answer Hallowbrand this. Why was the horse so close to danger with you all, and did you at least make an attempt to get it away from danger?
I
before it
asked
was
him to leave,
caught up?
but he wanted to stay with us. Bench's leg made that decision. I still regret it. I wish that he hadn't.
She can talk to animals. I don't know if you know, like, little background. She talks to animals. Like, actually talks to them.
The tracks.
I appreciate that, sir. I can tell that I have a druid in my life. Anywho's, I believe you have answered truthfully. And if you know my nature, you know that how aligned I could be to justice. He looks back to his friend Miguel, the mind vampire, and goes, "Is this sufficient for you, friend?" And you see the mind vampire, who's like eyes on the board now. He's like rubbing his chin, scratching it, and then you just see him kind of like wave two fingers at him and like pointing back between you all, pointing at Alex. And you see Hallowbrand's expression go, ah. And he looks back and he goes, "I pretended not to hear what you said, Sir Artificer, but what would you do to make this right?"
There are many things that I could do to make this right. Unfortunately, I do not possess the ability to bring a griffin back to life, but I could be of service. I could help with fortifying your lair or structural things. I am a builder. Um, I could help in that way. I don't know what help either of you could possibly use from someone like me. So it would be easiest if maybe you made a request, knowing and understanding what artificers do. If there's anything that I could do to be of service to you, I would do that.
Give the mind vampire some of your mind juice or something.
This is when the mind vampire turns again, standing up, moving his chair back elegantly. And he puts one hand down on the chessboard, and you see his finger like tapping an empty space, and he goes, "Would you be able to bring me to the port city of Foil, to the portal you found?"
I look at the captain. I say, I don't foresee that being an issue.
We
Also,
probably could.
quick question: is the term mind vampire insulting, or is that a commonly used term?
You just ask him this in character or out of character?
In character.
You see him look at you, and he goes, "The term mind vampires, that's something that has been put on me from the other people of this plane. It fits nomenclature-wise. I don't find it insulting, for I don't even know what I would call myself."
Do you, when you imbibe from someone, a living creature, a person, a sentient being, is it the memories that you take from them, or, you know, enjoy. Do you
Alas,
enjoy?
sir, I must ask you not to breach
Mm.
protocol. I have asked you a question that you have remained unanswered, and now you sit here to continue pestering me with questions. It is
Oh, sorry.
awfully rude of you.
We
Can you
yeah,
bring me to the port city of Foil, to the portal that you have gleamed in your visions that I could see through your dreams?
Oh, yes, of course. The captain already agreed to that. I apologize if that wasn't spoken clearly, but yes, we can.
It was not, clearly.
Sorry,
You
he answered
see
before I
Miguel
started
look
asking
over
questions.
at Hallowbrand, and Hallowbrand's got this, like, oh, exciting face, and Hallowbrand finally goes, "You're gonna try to go home, Miguel. That is exciting. I'm going to miss these games. I had you probably in 3 moves." And then you see Miguel move a chess piece and hit the thing and goes, check. And Hallowbrand's face changes to like, oh shit, what? And as he surveys the board.
Oh, P.S.
Sir Hallowbrand, if I may, as far as the griffin outside goes, if you have a, a rare oil or maybe a diamond worth 1,000 GP, I can reincarnate the griffin.
Oh, we can do that. I turned to Prim and I said I didn't know that was a possibility.
I don't have the. I
Oh,
gave
you don't
all my
have the.
money to
No. You have the
the
spell.
orphans, but I mean, I have the spell. I had
I
one
hand you
available.
a gem worth 500 gold pieces. 2 more gems worth of 100 gold pieces each. What's that? 700. A ruby worth 200 gold pieces, so that's 900, and then 2 additional gems worth 50 gold pieces each.
Okay, I take this stuff and I run outside. It'll give me an hour.
Then I turn to Miguel, the sir, and I say, I do apologize. We don't usually deal with death a lot. The last time we had to do reincarnation, we had to take the deceased to a priest. I forgot that my sister could do this. We will gladly give of our loot to hopefully
You can take
reincarnating.
it
To hopefully reincarnating this griffin. I do apologize.
You see Hallowbrand lean back in his chair and like motion to you all. And he says, "See, I was right. They answered true. They feel remorse. They didn't mean to try to get them all killed. I think the young artificer just got caught up in the fever of the battle. Do you they blame them, Miguel?" And you see the mind vampire like look back at him and says, "I can hold them responsible at the very least." Yeah. Hallowbrand kind of like brush it off. Again, forget about it. They're gonna bring you to that portal. You might actually get able to get home.
Hey.
You see Hallowbrand tip over his king, and he stands up, and takes a step away from. When he does that, the chessboard picks itself, pieces move on their own and it sets itself back up. You see the clock go to middle, and you see the timer on it reset back to 15 minutes.
Oh, that's fucking neat.
So Hallowbrand looks at you all and goes, "Oh, when your druid comes back, I will bring you to the horde. You like I said, I'm not going to give you full reign, but I'll each let you pick one item and allow you to stash your pockets with as much gold as you can carry. Of course, any portable holes, you would have your sacks, and bags of holding will not be allowed to be the acceptable carrying of coinage."
That's already awfully
That's fair.
generous.
Yeah. It's just
We're not gonna try
regular.
to work around it.
Pockets, not belt pouches, just your physical hand and your hip pockets, you know?
Hot
Belt
pockets.
pockets, pants pockets, clothes pockets. Those are should be deemable. This is for not to tame your greed and not to let too much of my own hoard get through my claws, but it is for your own safety.
That tracks.
Yeah, no. Alex is very
I get
excited.
it. I get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get.
And so we take a short rest and wait.
Oh, it's gonna take me an hour to do.
That's a short rest.
So yeah, Grim, you head out. When you get out there, there's no snow. You have to do some climbing to get up to where the griffin smashed into the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you're casting?
Reincarnate. Oh, I might be wrong. Dead humanoid.
Yep, not gonna work.
Motherfuck. Revive better work? Let me see. No, within the last minute. That won't work either. Alright, well. That's beans. I come back in all sad, like, it's not gonna work. I give Alex back his stuff.
Okay.
Only works on humanoids. Lame.
Well, my fellow druid, this is Hallowbrand talking. Your efforts are appreciative, as it is a clear action of how sorrowful you are in attempts to make things right. I believe you bringing Miguel to where he wants to go will be. Without further ado, as he claps his hand, changes his mood, please follow me as he heads north. Let me just move y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it slippery in here?
Nope, it's just like snow, and you're just packing it in as you. So as you enter this larger chamber, and Hallowbrand's walking ahead of you, that's when you finally see him kind of like do his little transformation thing to come out of his polymorph human.
Wow.
Scary.
Okay, big.
He points to the cavern to the northwest, and he says, "My hoard securely locked away in there. Again, as much gold that can line your pockets, and one item each. You are allowed."
I bow respectfully, hiding my enthusiasm.
I'm
Yes.
good. None for me, thanks.
Okay, shall we then, or no?
Yeah, go to town.
Absolutely fucking shall.
Okay. And what do my human eyes see?
Mountains of gold, silver, copper, gems strewn all about in between it. Items of all sorts of nature, weapons, armor, shields, lots of wand-looking things, lots of boots, lots of belts. What are you looking for?
Well, first I want to fill my pockets with the gold. Just like regular gold.
Yeah, it's gold gems, gold
It's
coins.
regular gold, not cursed
Just regular,
gold. Right?
regular gold coins, yeah. Just not like, yeah. So how much can I fit in my wee little pockets?
Let's call it a 4d6.
I get 9. Does that translate into anything else, or is it just 9 gold?
I guess you were only able to hold 9 gold to your pockets. I guess you don't have deep pockets.
Damn.
Correct?
And you only have 1 pocket.
Nature's.
No.
There is gold in his butt.
I'm looking for any kind of a magical, like, necklace or ring, some kind of an accessory. I don't need a weapon or armor.
There are rings. Roll me a d10.
That I rolled a d12. I'm sorry. So the d10 is a 3.
You find that.
Oh, I take it. That's it. That's my item.
Who's next?
I
Okay.
mean, I guess.
Well, go ahead, Easy.
Eh. Not all at once.
What are you looking for in particular?
Honestly, a better bow, maybe?
Alex takes 4d4
Or-
psychic damage.
What?
I don't know.
I made it.
Now
I
that
made
he
his
asked
bow.
me. Maybe a piece of clothing?
There looks to be some armor, definitely like a bunch of +1s armors. You do see a couple of bows strewn about, probably either +1 bows. There's a really cool looking kind of bow.
Fine, cool looking kind of bow.
Or one with a skull.
We're not doing that again.
No,
Okay,
that one is
so-
not there. There's like an elvish made bow that's like made of gold. It's got the faces of a couple elves built into like past the handle as it goes to the ends of the bow, and it's all like in this really nice elven curve.
Uh, do I have any of my pistols on me that I've enchanted so far? Thought I had one.
I thought you had one, unless you already gave it away.
I don't think so. I just forget which one it is. But I'm gonna drop it into the stash and pick up the bow.
The really nice elven looking one.
Sure. I mean, that's the only one you've described so far.
Jesus.
You want to speak Elvish?
I
Elvish?
might. I do.
Bueno.
A sworn enemy.
Alrighty.
Sounds like your Call of Duty duo partner through a headset. Ooh, get him! Well, I'm gonna get him. Yeah! Kill his ass.
Who's next?
Would the dragon be cool with a trade?
You can certainly offer.
Okay, I would offer my candle flame bow.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna let. I'm only a half elf.
And it's magical and stuff.
How long can
and
half
like,
elves?
to bequeath something back in return.
He looks at your bow and says it's a
Mhm.
very fine looking bow, and I would be most honored that you would want to take it in trade. Do you want an additional item, or are you looking for a gift?
No, I'm not looking for anything. I just, with the whole thing died, I feel bad taking your crap. So I would feel better if we did like a 1-for-1 swap. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. This is very nice and very, very honorific of you. I think I know just the thing that I'm going to bestow on you.
Okay.
Come closer.
All right.
It's death.
He just sets you on fire.
I just become immolated.
Oh no!
Yay! Immolation.
I've earned this! E!
I have done this only to myself. But I can physically get no closer by the game standards, sir. Well, fourth wall break.
He picks up a giant clawed hand, and he slowly reaches out to you and points a claw. He points to your between your eyes, points to your chin, and he points to your heart, and he says, "You, I bestow a gift known as the tongue of the dragon."
Oh, that's fun.
As suddenly magical wisps envelop both his neck and his head, and it swirls around his outstretched claw to where it's now touching you in your sternum, and this like wisp like surrounds you and infuses you as you feel this new feat be aimed. I've linked it in the chat.
Fucking neat.
He then takes your bow and hawks it into the fucking horde.
All right. Well, I stick out my hand to shake it. Thank you very much, sir. That is very nice of you. Do I know exactly what happened? Or am I just like, ooh, some swirly wind went around me. That's cool.
Deep down, you kind of know what happened, but like you don't know the full extent of what was bestowed upon you. So like probably the first time you're gonna hear Draconic, you're just gonna be like, "Holy shit, I understand that," and then like
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to boom your voice, and then
Yeah,
once a
yeah.
day, yep.
Love that.
All right, who's next?
It me.
I'll be over here singing the Skyrim theme song.
What you looking for, Cap?
Um,
Hi, Cappy.
something for Mr. Jiggums. Just to
Aww.
make him fancy looking. Maybe a hat that won't fall off of a displacer beast.
It just gives you like a bucket hat with a chin
Toe
strap.
bean mittens.
Oh god, aren't you having the toe bean mittens custom made?
Mm-hmm. But I don't need anything for me, so Mr. Jiggums can have nice things.
You didn't want a new sword or rapier?
No?
A new bell for your tail? I don't know. Something.
Nope. It doesn't even need to be rich. It could just be a tarp.
You do find a nice purple hat with a woven rope around the base and the brim and a couple feathers in it. As you pick up this purple hat to inspect it to see if it would fit on Mr. Jiggs's head, and you flip it over, you see feathers fall out of the inside of the hat, but like seemingly out of nowhere.
Ah, the hat of magical feathers. What is this?
Tells you, that's a wondrous item. I call it the hat trick. Indeed, it is. It's a bit of a gaudy purple for me, but it allows the wearer to perform some minor magical feats. It's pretty useful for the effects that you want.
Would you mind if I take this for my kitty?
I would not mind.
Oh, you're a great dragon.
Not there yet. Thank
He
you.
will be much appreciated when I show this purple hat to him.
Slate, would you like to go next?
I've already gone.
Okay.
It's you now.
Oh, that is a very
what a hat.
fancy hat.
Yes!
Mr. Jacob's way.
I'm so excited.
That's perfect for a displacer beast. Like the purple is just beautiful.
Oh, it'll look great on the black fur.
Oh, for sure. And it won't even just, it won't take away from, the terrifyingness or the stealth abilities at night,
And Mr. Jacobs can have his own familiar.
Yeah, 2 cats with 2 hats. He's gonna blow some goddamn minds.
It's so good.
And the druid.
Okay. I'm popping there. Are there any, like, circlets? Or bracelets?
Yes. I'm trying to find some circlets that I already have
Even
made.
if it's, like, non-magical, that's fine.
I would like
Oh,
some...
I mean there are definitely treasure circlets in there that are adorned with gems that are probably worth a good coin.
Oh, I don't want to take his fancy stuff. Just something simple.
nail polish of battle.
As you're standing in here, there's nothing but fancy stuff.
Oh, fudge sticks. Alright, if there's any, like,
There
plain bracelets, I'll give it to Kato.
there is a circlet that isn't so like ostentatious. It's pretty simple. It looks kind of neat in design the way it's built. That you may be interested in.
Sure, I pick it up.
I'll build the handout. Hang on.
Nope. I don't think I would want to live for 1800 years, Honey Badger. But maybe Primrit would. Just, like, work at an orphanage for 1800 years. Or maybe a zoo. Because she's a druid. I don't know.
Prem, while you're searching, I have a question for you. What is your, most important stat?
I am a wisdom-based character.
Are you maxed out on that wisdom? Through natural means?
I am a 19 out of 20.
Okay. Sorry, continue your
Oh,
search.
very nice.
Oh. That is very nice. And probably good considering how many times I've been smacked around during this. I pick it up and I say, okay, is this okay?
It is very okay. Like I said, you are getting at least one item of your choosing, and as much gold as you can pick. I see that only the artificer has stuffed one pocket. Please, you can.
I only have one pocket, sorry.
Oh, well, sir, this requires attunement, so, you can have this. And I put my forecaster's cloak and my scimitar on here. I'm not using these. You can have it for your hoard. I appreciate the item.
If you think you can see a dragon smile, you definitely see him do it. And he goes, You are a wonderful group of adventurers, I will say that. Not many give in trade. Thank you. I will cherish this.
You better hold on to that pistol.
Oh, he says he cheers. That makes me so happy. I am grinning from ear to ear as I hold the circlet.
Can I ask
yes.
for a... Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Slate. I did notice you dropped a flintlock into my collection. I, too, will catalog it and treasure it.
I mean, you pass it around. I don't give a shit.
Perhaps another group will come up here to my rescue, and I will give the same treatment to them. It will be picked. I hope that is okay.
And I prefer it that way.
He gives you a hurtly nod that a silver dragon could.
Which pistol was it?
You know, the
Ranged.
one that shoots a bullet.
Oi.
I didn't know if it was positive reinforcement or not.
No. One of the
I was-
other ones.
One of the many others.
Can I ask him, instead of taking gold from your hoard, could I perhaps just have 3 health potions?
Oh yeah, he goes through the like candy.
It's my Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Of
he,
sorts.
he needs it.
Yes. I think I do have some health potions laying about. If you can find them, they're yours.
I'll go on the search for 3 health potions.
Somewhere in the horde, you come across the belt that definitely has a whole bunch of health pots on it.
I think he's got Silver Tongue. I think that's the one he's got.
Who's that? Who? What?
The pistol I dropped, I think, is Silver Tongue.
Okay.
For a silver dragon.
I have to
That tracks.
find out how to send the information thing.
Sorry, I was telling Prem it's so funny because I literally at the beginning of this session, I leveled up and I chose an infusion that I was gonna do on her armor so that she could succeed. Literally just choose to exceed up to 4 different Constitution saving throws.
Well, that can still help. I can still
I
fail.
can still use it.
I
Yeah,
can
you can.
still fail.
We're just gonna we're gonna make you the most frustrating caster ever. And just be like, I don't think that I can be knocked off of my game.
I am locked in, motherfucker.
She's getting sturdy.
Oh, dude, between the circlet and I gotta do this infusion to your armor. It's gonna be fucking impossible. Just think of all those moonbeams and lightning storms.
Lightning storm.
Tectonic
+3?
plates.
Fuck, I already forgot.
Well, Captain, I think Miguel is going to be very gracious of you all to allow him to lead with you to whatever he found and glimpsed in the mind of your artificer. I may have to ask that once you're done with that, where do you see yourself going?
Wherever the winds and/or our list takes us.
I would be most interested into keeping track of your progress against this death cult that wants to take over this world. As much as that is a lofty goal, and there are hundreds of thousands of people here, and this archipelago reaches far and wide. And as you can surmise, I'm sure that's not the only group doing it. But you've already had plenty of run-ins. So,
Why don't
We
you
sure
come with
have.
us? You want to come with us? Escort your friend home. Say bye-bye.
I am not allowed to leave this island. I am its caretaker.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Duty first. I get it.
You see, I am a good advisor to both the elves of Portmuna and the humans of New Dwaynesburg. I do know of the war that wages out there, and I try to do my very best statesman ability to keep peace on this island. It is important to me.
I love that. Can we come visit?
Plus, he definitely doesn't want to leave his hoard all unattended.
You
like.
Yeah.
You are indeed welcome to visit again. I would love to hear more of your stories.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a chess friend, so maybe we'll come up and play some board games or something. That'll be fun. I also cook.
He does that.
Pretty good at it.
I would have two favors of you if before you returned. If you find the time, or if it is convenient, or at least along the way of your many journeys, which I'm sure a captain of your status, and a crew and a ship that you have to maintain. But I'm most concerned with the copper and the brass dragon that Devon killed. As you know, I'm trapped to this island. I have rumors of where, but I don't know whom. They might be kin of mine, and I would like to ascertain the exact knowledge of who he killed.
If you
And
if you came into contact with one of their scales, could you ascertain it that way or no?
I could. Another way is if you were to find the layer which they're now taken from, and you can report back to the description of the layer and where, I could possibly know exactly which one of my kin out here that perished.
I think we have a scale.
We have a scale from an adult brass and a scale from an adult copper and an adult brass dragons. We picked up as loot from the naysayers and evildoers we killed outside your lair.
He looks over at the whetstone. He goes, "Alas, it would have to be a raw scale, not
Okay.
something that has already been fixated into a whetstone."
Fair enough. Sorry, it was worth a shot. Just trying to help you out. But yeah,
Indeed, indeed.
I wonder if I describe you in detail to my uncle, if he can use a sending spell to communicate with you, even if he hasn't met you. We're going to attempt that. So if you hear from in your mind, I'm sure you understand how these spells work. If you hear from my uncle um, Benjamin Burton, it would be a good way to help us relay information to you. He checks in with me daily, so maybe this evening he'll try to reach out to you.
You know that's not true because of something I've already told you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that other thing. Fuck. Well, as soon
What's
as I
that do?
save his ass, and you know, some of the slavers we're trying to take down and the bad guys we're trying to take down are now after my family. So we have
Same. That happened to me once.
But alas, your uncle won't be able to cast sending to me, but you could.
I would love if you taught me how to cast the spell sending. I would be, oh god, I would be so happy. I once dabbled in wizard spells. I got too busy on the ship, but if you could teach me how to cast a spell sending, ooh, I'd talk to you every day.
Alas, Artificer, I can teach you the arcane arts if you're ready to receive arcane arts, but I don't believe your mind is quite ready.
I laugh and I look to, is the mind vampire with us?
No, he stayed behind at the chessboard.
I laugh and I giggle and I say, you should ask Miggy about the memories of mine that he has ventured into. The last time that someone taught me the arcane arts, it was a god from beyond the abyss who taught me masterful knowledge of my class far beyond my years.
Aw, Yagi. Yeah, you almost died.
I did. It was what was his class? Yagi was his beautiful name, but what was he again? A eldritch god of horror, something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't think you should have seen
No,
him.
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
However, this incredibly kind, benevolent dragon is willing to teach me, and my mind is open.
Yeah, maybe not to what he's talking about, though. You've seen Eldritch Horrors, but this is a nice.
My mind is
Adult
open to the
silver
arcane
dragon.
arts. Yeah, my mind is open to the arcane arts.
Is that
I mean,
arcane? Is it
It is now.
he literally said arcane arts.
No, I'm
He did
saying
say
like the Eldritch stuff.
Oh, you guys don't remember? The Eldritch Horror taught me the arcane arts of the Artificer.
Oh.
I learned the level 18 and 20 skills.
Yeah, no, I remember that part,
Yeah,
but that
that's all
didn't seem
arcane.
very arcane. That seemed more like bad.
So, well, we a little column A, little column B, pros and cons here. The pros was all arcanes, and the cons are like, the squigglies that I see out of the corner of my eye, and the nightmares and all those other things. But
See,
I mean,
I only ever saw those squigglies around Slate.
yeah, no, I see those squigglies around everybody, out of the corner of my eye, just all over the place. It's kind of a terrifying existence. So if I could just, learn how to cast this spell, close my eyes, and commune with a greater arcane being such as this beautiful silver dragon, I would be very happy.
Well, if the nice silver dragon says you're not ready, whether you're marred by the eldritch horrors or not, I think he's probably right.
I understand. I turn to the dragon and I say, "Do you believe that I am ready to learn what you have to teach?"
He says, "Oh fuck no."
Hell no, brother.
Perhaps, but it is no easy wave of the claw and to teach you and bestow upon you. You would have to stay here and learn. You'd have to practice.
Oh,
you would have
Uncle
to
Ben's back at the
continue
party.
repetition. Something I don't think your captain and you have time.
Oh, we're
especially if you're going
barding
to get
again.
Miguel to
Oh, we're
foil.
partying again.
How long would I have to stay with you to learn the arcane arts?
You're gonna be begging him to leave.
I know.
You don't want this.
Oh
Guys,
shit, Xenomorph.
Why do you
That's a
guys
silver
hate?
dragon.
What? We have encouraged your.
He's
studies.
gonna
What?
talk your ear off.
Why am I
Look-
squiggly?
Don't
We
forget, he
know.
shot you.
Slate, why are you squiggly?
That's a great question. I don't know why I'm squiggly.
I'm sure Prem and I look at each other and we're just kind of shrug our shoulders. Eh.
We've both been mind bended by Yagi, all right, and you end up squiggly more often than not. I don't know
You
why,
are, definitely the common denominator.
but you're a squiggly man. I don't know what to tell you.
That's your
ultra
name now.
planar. Yeah. We call you Slate Squiggly Man.
There's something squiggly about you. I can't. I
have
don't know
one
what it
more
is.
gun, I'll let you know.
Squiggle.
I apologize, kind sir. How long would it take for you to teach me the
Oh my
arcane arts?
Lanta.
Because you are not a wizard, so learning arcane arts is not a practiced thing in your abilities. This is a third circle evocation style spell. I perceive it could probably take your artificer mind possibly 3 weeks to 2 months to learn it.
3 to 6 business days.
Yes,
Well,
3
my
to 6.
uncle is currently held hostage, and an entire crew and ship of ours is being held hostage by evil. Were they slavers or were they death cultists? The Sylvains.
Slavers.
Oh, evil
Well,
slavers.
Well, they're part of both. They worked with
Soldier.
the slavers to take
Right.
the women and children hostage. Yeah, no.
Right. Double danger.
Okay.
Slavers and death cultists. So,
We can't get to that.
can I take a rain check and come back? Because I kind of got to save our crew.
As I said previously, you all are very much welcome back.
Like Napoleon Dynamite, I just go, yes. All right, guys, let's go save my uncle.
Well, we also have to escort Sir Miguel, so.
I mean, that's literally on the way, so let's do it. Questions. Some vampire anatomy stuff.
Oh.
Read some books when I was a kid. Can he go out in the sun?
Well, it's not of that nature of vampirism.
varietal.
I guess the real
From what I
question
understand, and I'm sure he'll be able to share with you on your journey, is wherever he comes from, he is a unique splice of what he is.
Okay. Is there a reason why he hasn't been able to travel there on his own?
Again, a story that Miguel can tell you that I don't feel comfortable telling you of, my friend. It is not my story to tell. Just
Fair
know that I came to the island and he was here.
Oh my. Well, seems as though we've got some traveling to do. And some more awkward questions.
Or maybe you could just not ask him questions. I think he'd
genuinely
prefer if you didn't.
I was going to ask him if he enjoyed partaking of people's memories, and I was going to offer him the experience of adjacently partaking play like the whole. Remember the whole Eldritch horror thing?
I don't know if he
Nobody-
wants to pick your brain. You can ask him, but like,
know,
don't get offended if he said no
I'm
thanks.
not gonna be offended. I just, I got to experience an Eldritch horror and see
Yeah.
a vision,
Horrors beyond our realm. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
loves that.
completely alternate domain, hive mind, a
Okay.
whole planet.
We should go.
If he can
I
read
think
my
we've
mind and
taken
maybe
up
slow it
Sir
down,
Hallowbrand's time too much.
maybe we can understand it better. You know what?
Let's
Fine.
go.
All right, sis. All right, sis. Fucking done. I put my 9 gold coins in one of Cat's pockets.
I give a very low curtsy, saying, "Thank you, Sir Hallowbrand. We've taken up too much of your time. Please let us know if there's anything more we can do for you."
Yes. Okay, bye.
Stay in the light of shining justice, and may the
Aye.
winds always be at your backs to fill your sails. As he gives you a nice bow.
What a nice man. Alright, you packed up?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Ready to go, Mr.
Come back out, and you actually see that yes, he actually has what looks like it looks like a sea bag, and it's packed.
Would you like me to take your bag, sir?
It is appreciative, but no, I think I will carry my own burdens. The room on your ship is plenty.
Oh, don't be that way.
Do you have any troubles with, daylight or the sea? Because, the sea is not always nice to us, so.
I have not ridden a sea vessel in probably centuries, but I can be in the sunlight.
Oh,
However, if we are to be happened upon and combat ensues, I do not know how well I will fare.
Oh, funny you say that because that seems to be a motherfucking speciality of ours.
We would not ask you to fight our battles, only that you protect yourself, and we will hopefully do our very best to get you safely and securely to the teleporter.
Speaking of the sea and how it's not fair to us, I seem to remember that we always had some kind of a heads up as to where the weather was going.
Yeah, we
I
don't have
sure-
that anymore.
I sure hope. Oh, because you fucking gave it away.
Yeah.
it was hers to give.
It was hers to give, and we all benefited from it. I'm just a little sore. That's all.
Alright, is
Forecaster's
it losing
cloak?
the hand?
Yeah.
Or...
Yep.
The forecaster's cloak.
That's gone.
Oh.
It's gone.
Also, sir, is this your fucking frog?
Oh yeah, whose frog is that?
That's a dope-ass frog.
I told you guys, frozen frogs.
That's so pretty.
That's a handsome-ass
No.
frog.
I'm assuming maybe that's Hallowbrand's pet. Also, none of our business. Let's go.
It's just nice, conversation for the walk back to the boat.
Sir
Oh,
Chrysalis is, of course, a creature in my domain, but he is, of course, a guest of Hallowbrand.
Did
You say
does he have
Sir
has
Chrysalis?
the title Sir? He's been knighted?
He
He
does
is a very
live with the dragon.
noble. He's a very noble ice frog.
He
Did I-
looks noble.
Does he like attack? Is he
I just pop over and I
Does he
wave,
protect?
and I
Does he
speak
attack?
in
frog?
ribbits, like, "Hello."
Like, you speak with animals, talk with him?
Yeah.
You see him turn to you, closes his eyes, and he suddenly goes, "Hello, welcome."
Oh, he's
You're
nice.
having a good day.
I'm having a fantastic day. I didn't know you knew how to speak, Toad.
Oh, yeah. I love talking with potential friends.
It totally surprises you.
Oh my god. Ah.
Thank you for dispatching of those foes.
I'm glad that it's just a little bit safer for you guys. Please, have a lovely day.
And now in our time of need, Sir What's-His-Face will come to save us.
First of all, his name is Sir Chrysalis. Also, don't be mean to the frog or the toad. He's
I'm
very
being
nice.
to the frog. We're friends.
All
Good friends. That's great. That's
So
good.
pretty.
All right, well, back to the boat.
It's like Skyrim. We're done with the dungeon, so we fast travel back to the boat.
I'm so tired, but there's still nightmares up here.
I mean, we've now made friends with the mind vampire. Are the nightmares still here?
Probably.
Unfortunately, because of my time here, a certain influence fell upon this land. That is why I greeted you at the bridge and told you that you were entering my domain. It is not by choice and it is not by my will alone that this effect happens to you all. I am sorry, but know that I do not take advantage of your vulnerabilities of sleeping and siphon anything from your mental acuity, memories, or emotions.
Oh, yeah,
It
that's
is
not
unfortunately something I cannot prevent either.
So, when you do read our memories, do you take them or do you just kind of read and review them?
If I were to bite you and draw your blood, I would then be able to take your memories. But no, while you're in this part of the land and you sleep, and there's a certain vulnerability to you, gleaming your astral projected dreams is like
I mean,
seeing.
it's like reading a street sign. If I'm astrally projecting my dreams and you just so happen to be able to read them, I mean, I don't find that to be invasive or offensive at all. I was simply curious because of my interactions with this eldritch horror, if you could pull those memories and we could review them so that I could better understand the experience that I had. That's all. If it's not possible, I understand.
It is possible, but I don't believe you're asking in a way that you know what this would take.
I have absolutely no idea what this would take, and I rely on your continued good nature and will to explain the quid pro quo that it would be and
You
allow me to make a decision.
you would have to allow me to bite and feed on you, in which case I would have to search and target these memories. It will be quite painful for you. You could possibly die in this process.
Oh, he doesn't care about
He'd
that.
I
he'd
hold
probably
up my
still do
metal
it.
hand and I say, I will do pretty much anything for the sake of curiosity.
Yeah, he just throws caution to the wind. You know,
He's done far worse.
if you
work.
ask any one of us, he's the one to want to do that.
I may or may not be the most intelligent, but dear God, I am the least wise.
Yeah, we call him the wild card. And we have
Also-
a goblin, so like, just think about that.
We do have a goblin.
We do have a
I love him.
our
Just
ship,
hate
our crews are made up of like pirates that we have defeated and flipped over to our side, random people that we've picked up in
Somebody
ports
we got
all
from a
four
tomb.
nations. So yeah, somebody we got from a fucking tomb before recorded history, and somehow Alex is still the wild card. Like we don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's fun.
So you
Oh, do we?
just think on it. Let me know what you think. If there's any kind of a fortification or preparation I should do ahead of time. But I guess I should explain my intent here. It was like drinking from the ocean. My mind was flooded with information.
Not a great
rapidly.
idea to drink from the ocean, by the way.
Yeah, well, I
We'll
guess it
kill
was
you.
the size of the drink versus my capacity and capability to drink it. I was shown so many things all at once so rapidly I did not have time to process them.
We love our goblin.
And if that
Max.
memory could be extracted or slowed down or reviewed in some way, I would like to try to comprehend and understand what I was shown. But you tell me. I mean, if it's going to be a deplorable experience for you, I don't want to put you through it.
It would not be a deplorable experience for me, sir. No. Like I said, I would have to feed on you. It would be painful for you, and I would then, while in this connection, I would have to search through you. And if you are touched by this extraplanar host and have been affected differently from such, I can tell you from my own experiences that I've never fed on anybody with that. So I would also not be knowing what I'm venturing into. However, unless of course this extra planar host left something behind that would affect me, this would just be dangerous to your own health. And then in which case you're asking for me to look for these memories and ascertain the knowledge and details of what has afflicted you and changed about you. Now you're relying on my own expertise of that. And again, I have no business with extraplanar beings. I was not in the blind eternities. I was flung from my home world to here.
Interesting, and I'm glad that you said something about leaving something behind. Let me just tell you, I have been suffering some side effects since that interaction. So maybe this is just a terribly dangerous venture overall. So, well,
Yes,
you
the
think
whole
on it,
crew is
I'll think on
nodding.
it.
The whole crew is nodding and agreeing with
Yeah.
the last thing
Mhm.
you said.
You know, guys, I just want to know about the ever after.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I would like to know about our ever after, and I'd like to make it
All right,
there.
fine.
So,
I'll shut up.
I want to know about that frog.
Sir Chrysalis, I hope he's
Yeah.
well.
God,
Sir
I love
William
his name.
Henry Chrisman, or whatever he said.
No.
Sir Chrysalis has
Chrysalis.
been in the service of Hallowbrand and I for the last 12 years.
Well, we love him. He's
Let it
always-
go.
what a just well-mannered frog, you know?
Toad.
Sorry, Toad.
I'm so glad that we have Sir Miguel here with riveting conversation on our
Oh,
travel.
for sure. Could you imagine?
He's gonna
like, the
hate us
montage?
so much by the time we get him to the portal.
He won't
Exactly.
hate all of us.
All of us like walking down the mountain. I'm just, if Arn was here,
If
totally
Arn
different.
was here, Arn would be dead.
He would be challenging him to an arm wrestling match.
Oh my god.
Corn frog in the corn.
Actually, if you don't mind my asking, how long have you been on this island? Sir Hallowbrand mentioned that you were here before he was.
That is correct. I have been marooned on this island, possibly for, I think now, 2,600 years.
Oh, so
Oh.
a little bit.
Goodness, that's a long time to be
Barely
marooned.
any time.
Why is
I,
this your first attempt to leave?
there had been other attempts, but none that I was capable of. And then when faith happened that your civilization finally started to stretch out to this archipelago, roughly 200 years ago, I hoped to find somebody of the arcane elves who could help me.
You've been
However,
alone for 1,900 years.
alone is of perception. Of course,
Yes.
the wildlife of the animals of the island
yeah, my
were
bad,
my
my
company
bad.
for the longest time.
Yes, they make wonderful friends.
Fue.
I will say that in my exile, when I first happened here, I was a part of the battle.
Oh, damn, did you find a dude named Winston? You know, Winston?
He looks at you and he goes, "Not fought a man named Winston, but fought with a man named Winston."
Oh, dude,
Oh,
we have
good, we have your
How happy
friend.
shall you fucking be,
Yeah.
my friend?
We have
Oh
quite a
my-
surprise for you.
Oh boy.
This is exciting.
Oh,
It
yeah.
all comes together.
I'm so
You
excited. You have a
know
friend on our
of
ship.
the warden.
We
Oh, yeah.
fucking
You know of the warden,
exhumed him
Winston?
from his
Don't
tomb.
just know him. He's
He
our
looks
friend.
great for his age, you know.
For sure.
He's got the runic. He's great.
And my luck that you've all stumbled up this way seems to be nigh of the essence.
Oh,
because if
yeah.
this was
There's a lot of
fate-
essence going on. Come on, let's go get your friend Winnie. We're going to have a good time.
Stop! Don't call him that.
He doesn't mind
You
it.
call the Great Warden Winnie?
No,
I'm
he
like,
shouldn't.
He and
Well-
I are actually very good friends, and
Only when he's being a poof.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's actually a good friend of ours.
He's literally staying on our ships. We've been through countless idiotic adventures, and he's seen the stupidity and the insanity of the wild card firsthand. He's also seen us take out some pretty fucking bad guys.
Also, do I have to exposit like the
And some
difference between all the
bees.
colored magics and how I know I've been taught like the differences between like white magic, and green magic, red magic, and black magic, and how magic was like I guess more basal. It was more of just like a form than an art, and then over time we just kind of like scrubbed it. So yeah, Winston and I, yeah, no, we go
Yes.
back.
What you speak is true. The underlying effects of the magical weave that blends all worlds together can be grouped into those 5 colors. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
true. I only know that your civilization groups magic into schools.
That's correct. But Winston's been teaching me otherwise. I've been learning lots about the old stuff, and I've been trying to teach him about new stuff. We enjoy each other's company.
I'm most excited then to get to your ship.
Us too. It's been a long trip.
Yes.
Does Winston has he ever left and come back since you've exhumed him from his resting place?
No, he is not. He just kind of kicks it with us. Sometimes we forget he's there. That's towards the
Has
DM,
he
not towards the.
Has you? Don't worry, he's been doing his own thing. It's funny that you mentioned it, but anyhow, his next question, he goes, "Has the warden Winston ever tried to leave this place while in your company?"
No, no. He has been rather, I guess, rattled would be the right way to say it. I mean, he's still getting his like sea legs, I guess, so to speak, coming back from El Dead. Or entombment, whatever happened to him.
Getting his sea toes.
Did he tell you of the battle?
He said there was a battle, but he didn't go into specifics.
I don't believe he would. As you can probably surmise, it was his sacrifice that brought an end to this battle.
I imagined as much. He seems like a good fella.
He is. He was the Great Warden. He's known for protecting many worlds.
And something you don't know about him, he kind of likes beer. So there.
Oh. Well, this will be interesting to see him in this light and not before the great precipice of a battle spanning against multiple powerful entities with planar abilities. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, that's putting it gently, I believe. All right, let's get to the boat.
As gently as I can. So your guys' first night out here, he tries to do his best to suffuse any nightmares, but I'm still gonna need wisdom saves from everybody.
Fuck.
Okay, but what if I said no?
Please let me sleep.
Like, you want to stay up?
No, I said no. I don't want to have to make the roll.
Would you say this is of a magical?
I'm so
Nature-
tired that
nature magic.
nothing will stop me from sleeping.
As magical.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm
All
fucking
right, sweet.
out.
So I
Good
do
night.
my thing, and I set up Mordecai's private sanctum.
12.
It's a wisdom save.
Hi, Spanx.
It is a wisdom save. I'll need one from Slate as well. Well, as much as the Miguel has tried to lift up the effects of this, unfortunately, Alex, you're gonna have a nightmare and not sleep tonight.
Womp womp.
See, it was all that talk of Eldritch horrors.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not supposed to watch spooky
It is,
stuff
in
or
fact,
bad.
my own fault. But the other thing was, I was kind of hoping that if he could like drink the memory out, this is out of character. If he could like drink the memory out of me, I would go back to not fucking seeing squiggly lines, and I'd be able to sleep.
So if it wasn't clear, he's not able to like remove it, but he can drink your blood. It's going to do damage to you, and he could pull it up and like see what you're experiencing.
Yeah, and that's
He
understandable.
can't take it from you or like
Right.
make you dumb to something.
Yeah.
No.
No. That was made clear.
You're gonna put that evil on him?
No. And that's why I specifically said if it would be, like an unpleasant experience for you, and he clearly said it would not. I don't think he feels what we feel during our memories. I don't think he's like an emotional vampire. He's just a mind vampire.
Well, I would hate for there to be any bad blood.
Shut up, Shannon. I knew it was coming.
Oh my fucking god. Jesus.
Yay!
When you see the pun coming a mile away.
I
sprinted into that head fucking first too.
Ooh, I needed to get that out. Sorry.
hashtag
Ooh.
worth it.
So I mean, like, because like you have this nightmare, and what you see is like this giant door that's like a gate, and it opens, and you see just like 100 globes. But then as you look closer at these globes floating in the abyss, they're actually eyes, as some of them blink and some of them focus on you and whatnot, and it just fucking terrifies the shit out of you. You wake up in a cold sweat in your little Mordecai's private sanctum by the fire. Everybody else is sleeping. The man vampire is just kind of like there in the corner. So you're able to even like have the conversation with him now that you can't sleep. He does apologize. Like he said, he tried his best to try to diffuse that effect in this area, but like he said, he's been here way too long, and like this effect just it's in this part of the world now, and you can't stop it.
Well, I definitely forgive him. I understand. Sometimes we unintentionally have an influence on the world around us. That's a lesson I've been learning as I selfishly continue my pursuits for science and discovery, and find out that months later down the road, the things that I've created or done have had a massive influence, such as creating something that can extract resources, changes the entire economy of an archipelago. I understand. I don't hold it against you. I'll just try to get some sleep. Hopefully you rest. I don't know what rest looks like to you, but I hope that you feel wonderful.
I like how we all heard vampire and we're like, do you eat food?
Yeah, we all immediately defaulted to like, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat. You know what I mean?
Can I interest you in some brain food?
Mhm.
He eats.
I figured as much.
Just one little note that like when you exchange that, because you talk about doing it purposefully, he tells you that he didn't know he was doing it due to his presence until your civilization came out this way, and the first explorers happened to come into his this domain, and he saw the effect, and that's when he learned of it. So like he didn't even try for this to happen.
Right, and that's when I try to relate, I say different, but it's just, there's similarities and there's differences. I didn't think I would change or shape an economy. I just wanted to understand how this thing worked, and through my understanding, changes happened. So I don't think that either of us intended to have an impact on the world around us. We just wanted to exist and do the things that we like to do.
So you try to sleep, but you don't. So you don't get the long rest. Everybody else does.
Motherfucker, I am at 17 health points. Can I do a
You
long
can
rest?
do hit dice like a short rest.
I'm gonna do that.
Everybody else will get their long rest in. As you guys wake up and continue traveling the rest of the way down this mountain, you guys get to the tri-bridge. You notice that the part of the tri-bridge you blown up is still blown up, gone. But on the other side, like there is no army encampment.
Okay.
Huh.
Slate, can you tell which direction they went?
Maybe.
Tracker man.
Take a look.
Yeah, you're the tracker.
Remember the bridge is out.
A different problem. Well, I'd like to backtrack then and see maybe how they came around.
Did they come around? Can we see like tracks in the snow?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So there's no snow. The snow ended up at the lair.
Up,
You're back
up
at the
at
tri
the
bridge
lair.
where
Nobody
it's
knows.
cold and spartial grass. From your side of the bridge, like where the rocks that you created from the rock fall from the explosion of the tree, that's all still down, and you can't see. It doesn't even look like anybody's made an attempt to even like throw like a rope bridge up and try to cross this chasm.
So they went a different way, maybe?
Who are you all looking for?
I said I wanted to backtrack and see if there's another like path or pass or something we missed where they could have came through.
You can backtrack, but it's like where you see the rocky ridge of this mountain and the sheer cliff faces. Like you'd need climbing gear and experienced climbers to get up over. There's no pass to walk through. There was
I mean,
no
they
chance of.
Blue, so
Hey, do you want the Eagle Express?
Oh,
depends how far back we're
Yeah,
going.
no, they definitely flew. You could definitely see where like not the highest peaks are. Like definitely flying mounts could get up and over it and fly by, but like there's no way you'd moving a large army without climbing gear and
Yeah,
experience.
what the fuck am I looking for?
I don't know, not a tracker.
blues.
No, I meant like, what is our end goal here? What am I looking for?
We want to know what happened to the missing army.
Yeah, there was a whole army of people here.
They were here before, and now they ain't.
Well, they were way down the other side.
They weren't like that far down the other side.
No, there was a whole
They
reason
were
behind
they were
blowing
past the
bridges.
blown up bridge. Yeah, we didn't want them to bring up those ballistas.
Right.
I can literally fly us, like I can fly you over to take a look, but it will take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Whether, yeah.
If you guys are that interested, like, I mean, they were what, like a half a mile or so.
The problem is,
They're a couple football fields back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are they still going to Hallowbrand? That's the issue.
What?
Oh, okay. Well,
the issue is that we didn't want them to take their ballista up, right?
We shoot the dragon.
Yep.
To shoot the dragon.
Yep.
And if they're gone, did they go to continue to pursue their objective?
Yeah.
Because if we leave thinking we fucking solved the problem when the bad guy got away,
yeah, they could just attack again.
Just to attack again, the fucking
We've done nothing.
remorse. I obviously can't wear this ring happily. I thought we earned it,
yeah.
As I jump up and down and fall slowly.
Like be you move me up in talons. How are we doing?
Yeah, I can
like,
turn into an eagle and just drag your ass over there. But if I get over there, there's nobody there, and then we do need a tracker. I'm not a tracker.
Yeah, I'm just. How do you want to do this?
I just turn into a giant eagle again, and I grab him by the shoulders.
I just think of like Slate standing there with like a handful of like nuts, just throwing them in his mouth. How you want to do this?
I am eating veggie straws right now. So
I
that's exactly.
hear some crunching. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It's just like
it's very in character.
Full of nuts. Just how you want to do this?
Yeah. Now, if only he had limes. All right, bird time.
Nuts and lime combo.
So you can remind me of
You
limes
wild
at
shape
this
up
hour?
into a giant eagle. You grab Slate in the talons and you swoop over there and start showing him that side of the landscape, which you've have before.
Yep. I've done this.
As you fly the couple of football fields and it opens up to the plains to where they threw up shop in the encampment of the knolls, you can definitely tell an encampment was here before. Like you can see the padded, there's dirt now where everybody was walking. You see where like fires were, and they did haphazardly leave a poor latrine, but there's no sign of it.
Hey, sometimes you
All
just
right.
gotta have a dumper.
The Slate, if you want me to bring you down, you gotta point out your spot. Otherwise, I can head us back.
All he hears
I
is,
just pointed at the
"Fuck
ground.
All right, I land wherever he points.
Outside where the camp was, I suppose. There's no. Are there any tracks? Like, there's a lot of people. Like, there'd be
There were a lot of people.
a lot of tracks leading.
Yeah, the
I know
grass
they
is
came
dead
up where we
around.
were. But do they lead? Are there anywhere else, or do they go back towards like wherever the ship might be?
Yeah, you following the tracks, and then you see where like the ballistas and the wagons were loaded up, and then how they walked back in formation down the way they came on the little
Mhm.
goat path that is even up to this bridge. But they definitely look like they left to go further northeast towards New Duanesburg.
Not towards Hallowbrand.
Right. So almost
Not towards
looks like the gate
Hallowbrand,
was
no.
searched. Okay.
Yeah, because
went
they
back
couldn't.
to the
The
tower.
bridge was out, and they couldn't get up over the mountain, so they're literally like stuck. So
Was
they.
this an army of mercenaries? Do we know?
You don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't know.
That's all.
You just know that Devon was a noble and put together a crew and a ship, started sailing. Nobody took him seriously, and he's killed 2 dragons.
Oh,
and
so they're
he's expanded
100%
to-
fucking mercenaries, because if somebody took a noble seriously, it would be like, people from his land, or, subjects that are.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's
like Adolin
absolutely
had a
a
whole
great-
fucking
great-
army.
That's a great
Yeah,
assumption from the get go, but like now that he's gotten this far, and especially who you've dealt with and fought, who knows?
Okay.
He's definitely made some friends in drow places. I'll tell you
And there's
that.
definitely a lot
Wow.
of thought
Wow.
processes there. He's raided 2 dragon hordes. He has money. He doesn't need people to like him. So, just kind of the thinking out loud thing. These guys probably just gave up. If it looks like they went back to their ships, I doubt they're sailing to a different side of the island to approach from a different direction.
Well, Slate.
And you did actually like X out all his fucking lieutenants, so.
Oh, for sure. They're without guidance, and they've probably already been paid. And so they're gonna fuck off. And if they haven't been paid, and the guy who's supposed to pay him is dead,
He's not dead.
well, that guy isn't. All of his lieutenants are. When you get to that level of notoriety, like you don't make a fucking contract with the mercenary group yourself. You know what I mean? Like you delegate that shit.
Anyhow, Slate, anything you would like to look for or ascertain with the what's left behind?
I mean, are there any like structures left behind? Or?
No, there's maybe like a stake here, or like a broken stool there, or maybe like you can find like a forgotten cup.
I mean, I'll give it a once over and look for anything that might stand out. But they're gone, and that's kind of it.
Well, we found out that they went in the direction of New Duanesburg, so that's not to Hallowbrand. So at least we've bought him some time. That's me thinking. You can't hear anything but fucking caw.
But yeah, you give the campground a once
Cow.
over. You try to follow the paths and like see the building, try to see where the officers' tents maybe, see if there was anything left behind. But they did a pretty decent job not leaving anything important, just some refuse.
I just walk back
Messy
to the
bitches.
giant eagle, shrug my shoulders, and
Okay, grab and go.
I pop some more almonds in my mouth, and let's go.
Can you keep eating it while I'm flying you? I'm grabbing you by the shoulders, so.
I can't. It's just a big old fucking handful.
Oh, you grab him by the shoulders? Because my mental image is like...
Oh yeah, he's being armpitted.
He's sitting on top of you, with his legs kind of around your neck in front of your wings, but he's not holding on. He's not afraid of his life. He's just fucking munching on almonds with the most like space cadet look on his face. Just guess they left.
He's anging.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, on just anging.
You're being
So
anged.
dumb.
That is a mental picture, friend.
That is a mental picture.
All right, getting back to the Tri-Bridge and continuing further south. 4-day trek down out of the mountains of Dwarklan Island back to the port city of Port Muna.
Civilization.
About a day's out,
Ah.
you see a couple horseback riders and a cart coming up the way, as you see two familiar faces from the Adventurers Guild, and they see you all, and they wave and go, "You're back!
Yes.
How did it go?
It
Were you
was good.
successful?"
Yeah, we met a dragon.
Ah, you
Sir
actually got to meet
Hallowbrand.
Hallowbrand.
Yes, we got to meet him.
Did he give you favors?
He was very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a very nice man.
And now you see why the Adventurers Guild wants to help protect him.
Oh, yeah, we get it. Stand up guy.
Yeah, and we did at least slow Devon down. The bastard got away, but he didn't get away without a fight.
Yeah, we killed a lot of his friends. Anyway,
A lot.
yes, a lot of his
Was
friends.
was the army displaced?
Oh, yeah.
We saw tracks heading back to New Duanesburg.
That's great news. Well, if you don't mind, we're heading back up that way to take another encampment by the tri-bridge, but to continue scouting it and ensure that they're
Another
gone.
encampment by the tri-bridge, because we were just at the tri-bridge.
Yeah, we're going back to set up the observation post again. But if they're gone, then
Yeah.
we're only going to be up there for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back down.
Well, don't get too set on making an encampment there. When you get there, our tracker Slate, first mate Slate, captain of the other ship, he found the tracks and they followed them. So I think that we should try to mark on your map all the information that we have, so you guys don't waste your time. But definitely, don't get set on the information that you had before we went up there. Listen
That's
to all
where.
the
No,
things.
you're exactly right. We have no intel. We haven't heard anything about from our contacts in New Duanesburg. Partially because the bridge is out, so now we have to wait on coastal barks to sail around. But with the war going on and everything, so yeah, we were just gonna go up there and observe and keep an eye out, and hopefully send a couple of our good scouts. As he points back to a halfling and another elf that's in the back wagon. We're gonna send them up over the mountain, and then we're gonna try to scout out to ensure that army left.
Great. That's good. I ask, do your scouts have climbing harnesses on their armor?
Yes, yeah, we did get them outfitted at the armory with climbing gears. Yes,
Okay.
they're pretty experienced climbing through these mountains and making quick time to scout out forward positions.
I don't doubt that. The only reason I ask is because a lot of the adversaries that we took down and the loot, the spoils of war, they were equipped with climbing harnesses. It looked like they were doing a lot. Climbing harnesses and insulation to move around those mountains. I want you guys to be prepared.
We're prepared. He gives you the thumbs up. Portuma's Adventurers Guild, we're as prepared as ever.
Fuck yeah, brother! And I give him the thumbs up.
At that, when you say brother, he kind of looks. The elf looks at you kind of funny.
It's a metaphor. I don't know. Hyperbole, I guess. I don't know. We're all bipedal.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay. That's
Alright,
enough
guys.
of that.
So where's this going?
No, let him finish. Let him
I,
finish.
Let him cook.
I wanted to give them the most information possible and then encourage them.
Well, go on.
Well, I
Encourage them.
tried. That's all. And
I'm
in
not
Elvish,
leaving
I say, I
Otis to
apologize if I have
encourage.
insulted you.
As they're passing by, he's like, "Don't worry about it. You didn't insult me. I'm just not used to Outlanders."
And I give the most respectful Elvish bow
Thumbs
that I
up.
bow. Yeah, fist bump. The most respective Elvish fist bump I can muster.
Yay.
Back through the walls of Port Muna, past the farms on the northern side, you come back in. Obviously, walking about, a few crew members are seen chilling on their liberty, on their shore leave at a nearby eatery, and they look up and they're like, they wave and they're like, "Morning to you, Captain. Well, good to see you in good health. Glad you're making that off the mountain."
Yo, this guy's not dead yet.
I take a look at Sir Miguel. Does he look okay? Comfortable? Nervous? Anything?
You see that he's put his hood up and his collar's up high, so like he's really withdrawn into his traveling cloak. But
Doing
he's
the skeleton.
got
Fair
his
enough.
he's also got his sea bag on, and he's actually walking. I forgot to mention, he may or may not have hovered for the majority of that trek.
Lucky.
Like where it got really rocky and like where it was like
Just kinda
strenuous to
floated
come
around.
hiking down the mountain, he just kind of like 2 inches glided over things.
Yeah, but now he's blending in.
It's glid.
Now he's blending in. He's walking. So you're all back in the port city of Portuma. What do you want to do?
Fucking head to the bar and get a lime juice.
I'm heading straight to the boat. I'm bringing Sir Miguel to see Winston. I want to see that.
Yeah.
And I need to see Kato because it's been a while. I need an otter hug.
Dance for us, DM. Now you have to roleplay both parties.
I need to go see Mr. Jacobs so I can give him his Jacobs hat.
He needs his.
Getting back down to the
I
port,
fucking love it.
you do notice that there's still 2 warships further out, Cran warships. There is a number of fishermen ships coming in and offloading. There's definitely the same amount of merchant ships, either loading or unloading goods. And of course, yeah, the Masked Maiden is anchored off to the side next to Traveler's Shadow. A lot of the people on watch and on shift right now see you all, and they wave. They're like, you hear the calls like, "Captain, back!" Yeah. Some of the crew like scraping the barnacles off the prow and whatnot. They, throw up their fists. They're like, "Yeah, Captain, good to see you,
Your
Captain."
microphone so hard.
We made it.
Clipping the fuck out, dude.
Yeah,
I love
we
it.
heard none of it.
The best
I
part
heard
is when you're talking, Rob, and you go silent, we know how enthusiastic you are.
Yeah, we know how loud it is now.
Oh man. Anywho, so even before you guys are like down the pier and over the gangplank, suddenly there is a splash as a very slippery noodle scurries up one of the pier posts and comes running past you all, water just coming off its coat and just drills right into Primrose's
My
chest, giving her a nice
baby.
wiggly outerly hug.
He's huge now.
About to be bludgeoned to death with love.
Yeah, you if you don't oppose grapple, you go prone.
Oh no, I do not oppose anything. I am on the ground.
You're on the ground, you're getting wet, the water's cold, he smells a fish.
I'm just happy to be here.
Does your otter have attention deficit? Like,
As this is happening and you're all watching it, suddenly a large shadow comes overhead as you all look up as Mr. Jiggums flings from the riggings and jumps onto the pier and starts nosing into Cap and Mask and like giving him the gold like sniff where you been.
Oh, I've been around there, Mr. Jiggums, and I pull the hat out. Look what I got for you.
You see him like go down into like the playful pounce, like, "Oh, let's go."
Yeah.
He's gonna think it's a toy.
it starts batting around a magical artifact. Yes, Father, I like
It is a toy.
Wow.
So I'm gonna call forth. It only lasts for a minute, but I'm gonna call forth a little rabbit familiar.
You see him flex his paws. You see his tentacles like start to like get low and become low profile as the feelers at the end of those like kind of quiver.
That's gross.
Is he gonna maul this familiar?
Yes.
Hell
You
yeah.
see him begin to do the hip wiggle,
He's wiggling.
Oh.
What a cat do?
and he's gonna leap at the bunny.
Yeah.
You did find familiar though.
Yeah.
All right. So as you have this hare on the docks and he gets down, wiggles, and pounces, claws going into it.
God.
Even though it was a spirit fine familiar, it still makes the typical hair squeal as it poofs.
Oh.
As he like looks to both paws, like what just happened? Where'd it go? Like looks underneath it, looks down, looks over to the side of the pier, and looks back at you.
Oh yes, I scritch his noggin. Yeah, we've got you a new toy.
He kind of looks around again for the hair, not knowing where the hell it went.
You've tricked him.
Yeah, I turned off the red dot.
Betrayal.
But what I will do is then I will use. Well, I forgot how many uses it has. Oh, hat trick. That's it. 3 charges. Yeah. Now I will call a dove.
It's gonna jump straight off of this pier.
Yeah.
As you pull the familiar back out of the hat, now in dove form, you can tell that this little familiar is like nervous in your hands.
Oh, you're
Mr.
a
Jiggums
monster.
immediately goes cross-eyed, staring at it again, low profile, but up, ready to pounce.
Oh, a chimkin. Yum.
So does this familiar have the knowledge of the last familiar?
Seems like it.
Oh, this
You're
is
a bad human being.
it's like Rick and Morty. This is like what is my purpose? You butter toast.
You butter You play with the cat.
This is it.
You
That's
entertain the
that's
cat.
fucked up.
This is perfect. Well, now it'll give him more of a challenge because they know what to expect.
You
Yeah.
should convince it that its memories and persona are eternal, and that no matter what, it'll always come back, so that it enjoys its purpose.
You are also a bad man.
It will always
It
come
is
back.
very true. But I'm also not a good man. But I'm not a bad man.
And I let the dove go. And they look at it. Run.
The dove communicates to you telepathically, like, "What have you done?" As Mr. Jiggums again launches himself daftly over, the 10 feet, catching the dove in the air with its tentacles and its other set of legs, coming down onto the pier as the familiar dove just poofs out of existence.
He's not a very good familiar.
I hate
To be
you
fair,
so
you are
much.
summoning pretty weak creatures. So as you guys get to the gangplank, the customs and courtesies are rendered as befitting of both the captain and the commodore. They look at your hooded companion with the sea bag, and the officer, the officer of the day looks and says, "Ah, do we have another boarding passenger?
Indeed, we do.
I think we have another room for him, or he might have to bunk up with the one we currently have on deck."
Well,
Winston is
where is he?
otherwise at the library if you are looking for him.
Winston will be very happy when he gets back.
Sir Miguel, do you want me to show you to his room so that you can get comfortable, or would you rather go straight to the library to see your old friend?
I've had enough already of this elven town. I will very much like to retire to my room if that is quite all right.
I will show him to his room.
Which one?
Well, he just said that there should be an open room. Hopefully nearby Winston's, otherwise they can share a spot until we get there.
They're going to have to kind of share, but the crew on duty part of the boatswains come in and outfit like another hanging bed in the room for Miguel. You
Ink.
guys don't rooming in the hammocks with the rest of Gen Pop in the berthing area. Basically, he's getting, one of your officer kind of quarters, but you guys are pretty limited on officers' quarters, so yeah, they're gonna have to bunk up.
Attracts.
I mean, we all have to share rooms. I bunk with Kato. I'm sure Captain bunks with his kitty cat.
So you guys have been up in the mountains for quite a while. The crew's kind of giving you a rundown, saying, Portuma's been fine. We keep getting reports in from ongoing battles between the Meresians and Deergun. It sounds like Manulus is getting ready to fall. Ilian and New Dwaynesburg have been pretty good about rebuffing the attacks. Word on the street is the Elven Admiralty is amassing another attack fleet between Colgarna and Casterwillan. They just don't know if they're going to go back to take Dundera or it's going to sail around Castillo Island and be the final crux to fall Manulus and turn Manulus from a New Durgun port to a Cran port. As the Meresians are just they don't think they're doing anything like tactical to win the war. They think they're just enjoying the battle and killing new Dargon ships at sea, like sinking them. And they hear something about taking prisoners, but like typical Meresians, if they take prisoners, they send them right back to the home continent for quote unquote retraining and trials.
Slavery and indoctrination.
So I'm assuming the travel to Foil might be in the way of some battles.
Not necessarily. If the cartographer consults his thing,
And I do.
Pretty much a straight shot south. You will sail past Brockport, which is Deergun, but then you'll hit the Pearl Chain Island, past Oneida, and then Foil's like right there.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go by artificer, cartographer.
Yeah, but Brockport is what? Durgunian, right? So between a Meresian and a Durgunian port, they're not fighting near Brockport? Like, I know it's more to the east from here, but
there's a good chance, but it's not where you're hearing the heavy fighting happening. The heavy fighting's happening around Ilion and Manulus.
Okay. Okay, so as long as we don't go too far west.
So I'm gonna save this for outside the table.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, before we depart from here, Alex would like to find someone, merchant of sorts, someone who deals in magical items, and then someone who deals in gems. So I'll put this in the chat. Magical items, gems and precious stones, and then somebody who deals in weapons and armor to offload the loot. And Rob, that will be a giant fucking email to you.
Perfect. And I will get that done and back to you next session. Is there any other thing anybody wants to get done in the port before like the next little event happens?
I need to fill up with more ham.
Is there any food that I can only get here? Like ingredients wise.
There's unique stuff here. It is.
Well, I would like it. Give it to me right now.
It's the unique flora of Dwaklan Island is the chive sugar.
I would like to buy some of that.
Go.
You can get the green chive sugar, the gold chive sugar, or the yellow chive sugar. They're all in different shapes, sizes. They all have their various uses. As by now, you've definitely come across plenty of street vendors who see them cut up different ways, cooked into different things. You've definitely smelled the pastries that have that like kind of soury, onionly stout. Like pretty much onion bagels
Yeah.
are like the thing in like muffins, breads, buns, and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, what'd you
And
call
then
the bagels here? Wheel wagons or something?
wagon wheels. That's right. The wagon wheels here in this part. But you do see elves sometimes. Mostly the adults, like the aging adults and elderly. Few of them you'll catch them. They will be they'll suck on the green chive sugar stalks. Like there's
Oh.
like a little thing like first you thought they were like toothpicking it, but then they're just like kind of slowly moving it around their gums as they just sit there and suck on it.
Sugar
You
cane.
only notice the more older elves doing it. You don't notice any of the kids, any of the young teens and young adults doing it. It's more the more wizened
It's not hip.
elves. Ham. Ham is going for 2 copper a pound.
I need 3 barrels directly upon
Jesus Christ.
my boat.
Does that include the barrel as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 120 food. 720 copper for the meat alone, and then the 3 barrels will be 6 gold. It's pretty much 13 gold and 13 gold and 2 silver.
Done.
All right. As you are finishing that and coming back to the boat, this is when Winston starts walking up. He shouts out, "Ho, Captain Mask! I was found in the library. Told you had come back. I have some news."
Yes, I'm listening.
Well, I started reading up on what recorded history you all had and your expedition reports, and kind of found something that I want to go check out. And it may or may not be interested to you, but it maybe perhaps might take it out of here.
We got
Sure, I'm
something
listening.
interesting for you.
We also have something interesting. Yeah, for you.
Oh, very well.
It's
You
on the
want to
boat.
do yours first? I'll come back with you to the ship, sir.
I think you will be most surprised.
Your surprise is in your room.
It's a dude.
Yeah, we put a dude in your room.
As,
No homo.
As he's following you back
No
to
homo.
the
We
pier.
put a man in your room.
Well, either way, we don't judge.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what the hell?
You know what? No
He go-
intentions. That's what it was. No intentions. You do what you do.
There you go.
He says he's
Fuck.
like, I want to thank you for letting me come aboard and take quarter in your ship. It's been very nice to sit around town and learn your people's histories.
Hey, no, you're
course.
great, dude. You're always welcome.
You're more than welcome to stay and or go
Right.
wherever you want, man.
Right. Yeah, I have been talking with your chef officer for some things and explained some stuff, but just coming to terms, after you guys all woke me up from that tomb,
Chef
it's still
officer.
pretty jarring, but I think I kind of understand what might have happened when I was put down for the long sleep.
The temporary sleep, because we kind of refer to a long sleep as something else. But yeah, you know.
Are you good?
It's a nap.
So as you
Forever.
guys get onto the ship and come down to the quarters, Miguel steps out and you see Winston. Winston sees Miguel, and you immediately see Winston draw back, and you see his fist start to glowing, and he goes, as he notices, he's like, "What? What? How?" And you see the mind drinker vampire hold up a hand and goes, "Warden, I'm not here to fight. I I know the war, the battle has ended and the war went over, and I heard of what you've done. I have no ill will to you."
Wait a
And
minute, I
you
thought
see
you
you
guys were
see
friends.
Winston kind of like he's shaking, like his fists are like tight and is shaking, but you see like from his fist down to his like wrist is like this glowing, this green ghostly glow that was like kind of shining on him when you guys woke him up when he was wearing his mask. And he looks to you, Captain. He says, Winston says to you, Captain. He says, "Where did you find him?"
Uh, with Holloway?
Hallowbrand.
Hallowbrand.
Up on the top side of the mountain, he was hanging out with the silver dragon.
And is he your prisoner? Why is he aboard the Masked Maiden, if I may be so bold to ask?
Well, we were transporting him back to wherever he needed
He
to
wants
go.
to go back to his planar residence that he has been missing from for apparently a long
1900
time.
fucking
He said
years.
that you guys were friends. Clearly, that
We
doesn't
don't-
seem the case. Have we made a mistake?
Did we fuck up?
Miguel raises both hands and he's starting to like kind of bow in reverence. He goes, "I may have misled you into the details of friends. I will say that we did fight together in this battle, but again, I was brought here against my will." And that's when you see Winston shout at him and say like, uh, "When was the last time you saw Giacomo?" And you see the drinker vampire like still in this like bowed reverence, like eyes down to the deck, and says, "Warden, I haven't seen Giacomo since you both left for the front to confront Squall. I don't know what happened to Giacomo. I was left on this island, and from what I can tell, the battle ended, and I was forgotten." Now, when he says this, it takes Winston like a second, and you see the glows in his fist like go away, and he kind of stands back up, but he's like still like you can tell that he's still shaken by seeing this person from his past.
Should we find him a
Winston
different
looks over to
room?
you, Primrose. Winston looks over to you, Primrose, and he goes, "You said he was trying to get out of here with portal. What portal?"
The portal that we found in Foil that can apparently go to different planar dimensions. He says that he's been here too long and he wants to go home. And we all understand that idea. We all have a home to appreciate, hopefully. And we figured we'd help him because we went into his territory and certain someone ended a griffin, which was against the rules. And yeah, he's been very kind and understanding and quite talkative despite appearances. And he told us that you guys were friends. So apologies. We thought we were doing a good thing. Clearly that is wrong.
No, Miss Jaffen. It's me. I just did not think anybody from that time was still around. I thought maybe I was the only one left. I did not know somebody else was marooned and stayed awake the whole time. I can't imagine what you went through, Sir Miguel. As you see the vampire like come out of his like reverend bow and like put his hands together and give a curt nod to Winston, he goes, you hear the man vampire go, "It was an interesting time of retrospect, but if this opportunity is real, I would like to present the chance to get back to my house. I'm sure it has been decimated and things have been changed, but home is still home, and I would like to get back." And that's when Winston looks over to you, Captain. He says, "This is kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. Not me getting home, but I think there's something here that's going to be able to call one of my friends here, and then I can perhaps leave.
However we can help.
I don't mind helping Sir Miguel out. If this is the current task in hand. I do have a question. Where is Foyle in relation to Athlone Island?
Oh shit. I feel like they're far away.
That's a great question.
Well, Foyle is on Athlone Island.
Well, then perhaps we're heading in the same direction. For I don't know, from what I've read in some book tucked away in the library, was there is a relic of a old ruin of rings on the main island of Athlone Island, high up in the mountains. I wish to venture to see it because I think it is the device that, when triggered, you all may be able to meet the creator of this world.
I'm in. You've captured my intrigue.
I don't feel important enough to do that.
Because I know who you're fighting, and that's when he looks over at Miguel. And while he's looking at the mind drinker vampire, he says, "The person who you're fighting in this death cult is a person of high interest. This Elena Oberon was also at that battle." And that's when you see the vampire like look up, like now you see like his eyes kind of widen a little bit more, looking at Winston at what he just said.
Oh, our Lana is from your time?
Is she old as fuck? How in the hell?
She didn't look that old.
What about Fios? Do you know a guy named Fios?
I do not know of a guy named Fios,
Thank God.
but
Yeah,
I
the
am-
last thing we need is to know more
So he's
olden times
I'm
people.
I'm fairly certain that your Elena Oberon fought with us at that battle. And now, if what you say is true of this death cult, I feel that she has laid these ground plans from the start, and what she plans to do with this world needs to be stopped. But if you're going to get help to stop her, I think if this device can call my friend back here, he'll know what to do.
You know, we don't know how to use this portal, right? Like, Yagi did what he needed to do to make it work. We messed with it a little bit and got dropped off in who knows where. I got covered in dust from whatever ash planet that, or planar existence that was. So we don't have instructions.
We
about
just don't
this.
have addresses.
And also, Sir Miguel, I would like to know what you know about the nightmare tomb that we were at, because I saw that glance you gave to Sir Hallowbrand, and Lord knows if she's from your time and she awakened that, you know something that we don't know. I saw that side glance.
With the portal, we
sighs.
just don't have addresses. We know how to use it, we just don't have the address to where you want to go.
Miguel sighs, and he palm to the side, points to all five fingers, not a knife hand, but like motions to Primrose and says, and with a sigh, he goes, "I was curious if you saw that exchange, or you might ask if I knew anything of the certain magics that was used. I know of the ability. I know of a creature called a nightmare shepherd."
Yeah, we killed that.
Something. He closes his eyes and like not being annoyed of the interruption, but like comprehending that you guys have the ability to kill this thing. He's just like, whoa. He goes, "The nightmare shepherd may or may not be a creation of my house. I was brought here against my will by Elena Oberon to fight on this side of the battle, mind you," as he points to Winston. "The warden and the savant were also on the same side. But if this is the same Elena that was there before, and she's now turned to attempt to take over this world, I can only imagine what that means for everybody here on this world. If she is now supplanting and cursing people with nightmares, although you did say you stopped it, but you say her cult is doing more nefarious things with summoning forth demons. It sounds like she's trying to gravely affect and influence this world for her own machinations, to which I am tired. This is not my fight. It never was from the beginning. I do wish to leave, if you do understand. If you do not wish to let me leave, I will return back to the mountains.
You're not our prisoner. We gave our word. We are people of our
Nope.
word.
Sorry, I don't think you mean my deference of if you wish to change your priorities of which you are going to focus on, and my trip will be an inconvenience, I will return.
Captain
I
Mask.
wish to make no harm.
I mean, it's not an inconvenience. We already said we would do it, which is totally fine.
We gave our word. But if you don't mind, I will have questions while we travel to Foil. I have so many questions.
I will answer as best as I can.
Thank you for humoring me.
As he motions back over to the artificer, and he says, "From what I have glimpsed, yes, you may not know the addressees, but I believe once I look at these stones, I will be able to ascertain which plane is mine.
Oh, thank fuck.
The only thing I do not know is where the accompanying partner portal on my plane will be."
Right.
Yeah, we don't.
So this brings up a question. We have a group of friends, more like random acquaintances, who are trying to get back to their plane of existence. And I'm super curious if you can look into their memories and find their plane of existence and help with the address so we can send them home too.
Oh, good
So
call.
So I know that this is, side quest on a side quest on a side quest, and my uncle is still a prisoner, and he's a rough
Yeah,
and
we'll
rowdy
get there.
motherfucker. Yeah, and we'll get to him. He could talk his way out. Shit, you not. I feel as though the more we delay, the more likely the chance is that we get there and he's taken over the entire enterprise. Point is, I've got some friends who don't know how to get home. They remember their home, but if you could look into their memories, maybe you could see where they're from or something, and we could get everybody to this portal and we could send them home, and we can make a legitimately good impact on this archipelago that doesn't require murder. Most of our impacts are pretty good on this archipelago, but they do require murder. And if we could have some kind of a good impact that doesn't require the equivalent exchange of human lives, I'd probably sleep better at night.
So proud of you, my little bro.
Miguel looks at you and gives another sigh and goes, "As I've told you, even trying to delve your own memories, it involves me having to feed. So if your friends are willing to let me feed on them, I can possibly help them."
I can't decide for them, but I can make introductions, and I know that these guys are desperate.
They miss home too.
They are hard out. It's a trio of three. They have an Asimir paladin. They have a dwarf. They have another guy I can't really remember because he was always a little bit too crazy. But
Crazy.
they just need some help.
Okay, that being said, I gotta go, guys.
Oh, bye
Later,
Bye
Butchstorm.
bye, friends. Love you.
Later. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
bye. Bye.
Well then, Winston looks over to you, Captain Mask. "We're just passengers on your ship."
Yes, but I mean, you still have a say in some of the things that we do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or rather, at least what they participate in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true. It sounds like you have a lot of things up in the air. I don't know which one
All
of
the
these are
time.
glass and which one of these are rubber, but however you would like to address the following tasks, and as you put it, side quests.
Order of timeliness, essentially. what needs to get done now and what doesn't really have a, like a real set time frame.
Is there a way to get a message to our extra planner friends to get them to meet us at Foil?
With Uncle Ben out of commission, I mean,
We could always find a way to get Fios to do us a favor. We have some lit orbs still.
yeah. Well, Uncle Ben sent me his message. Is he in a position to cast sending, or did he send it as like an emergency as they were being captured?
Sent it as he was being captured. And hadn't
Okay,
heard
so he
since.
sent it, and then he has not checked in since then.
Correct.
Okay, so I relay this to the group, and I say, I mean, he's out of commission for spell casting, but maybe Fios would be good. Let's try to wrap this stuff up as quick as possible.
I'm sure that can be arranged. So to
Good.
Foil to do the things. Since it seems like we have multiple things to do there.
Yes, things are converging.
Okay, then
That's,
easy.
Winston
We
will
have-
clarify that like his location that he wants to go to is on the mainland of Athlone Island, but as long as Foil is connected, which yes it is, very small land bridge,
Mhm.
you'll be able to get to where he wants to go. Obviously, if you all remember where the one portal that the Miguel is talking about, it
Yes.
is just outside of Foil at the one mansion.
We remember because that was fucked up.
Mhm.
And then if I recall, I think I dropped everybody off. Your other guys off. They're in Gulgane, so they're not far from it. But yes, you'd have to figure out how to get word.
We know people.
We do know people.
Fios is always very helpful, whether he wants to be or not.
We pay the man.
Yeah, we pay the man, and it counts. It works. I love Fios. He's a best friend.
He's your best friend.
Are we wrapping that up, or are we going? Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I don't know how invested we can get.
guys?
It's past 9.
You guys will have 2 weeks to decide how to handle this and where to go next. I will
No,
unfortunately
next
be
week?
traveling. I will be traveling back from San Antonio next Thursday.
No.
Have fun.
Well, you better buy that plane Wi-Fi then.
Oh my god. Yeah, we need to know what happens with Winston and Miguel. Oh, 475. Roleplay thing is good. I appreciated it.
Just, Rob, so you know, I'm 57 lines into this Excel spreadsheet, and I'm only halfway through the loot list.
Oh.
So, have fun helping us to sell this off, boss.
That'll be easy. You're making it easy for me.
I am giving you an Excel spreadsheet with the item, the quantity, the value.
I was gonna say item, quantity, rarity, and book value. If you got it. If you don't got it, I'll get it.
I got it.
Oh,
I'll get it. I'll do book value and rarity.
You two are the backbone of this society.
We do what we can.
Well, GG guys. That's I don't know. I'm kind of mad because there's so much happening. I don't know what to feel.
It's just a very exciting cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because
there's 2 weeks.
So much unresolved. And I think it would have hurt less if we had canceled sometime 3 days from now, instead of saying oh, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Bitch.
But at least Mr. Jiggums has a
hat and ham.
familiar that is now in perpetual torture. I really hate that.
But it's just a familiar.
Right.
It's not an animal.
Oh, it's not okay. It's
Spectral being.
sentient. There was fear. There
Is it
was
sentient?
fear.
Matter.
You're all monsters.
Is it
All right.
sentient?
Much.
Have a good night.
What the fuck? We're Naruto. Bullshit. We are not monsters.
We've
We
done
are
some
take-
shit.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Argument resolved. The outcome of this entire thing is we all just hang our heads and say we've done
I
some
have questions for Miguel, and I need to give Pella a hug. I've missed him. All right. Have a good 2 weeks.
shit. All right, y'all.
I'll see you.
See you again in 2 weeks.
Well, I'll see you fuckers Saturday.
I was gonna say, bitches.
See you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Motherfuckers.
Have fun. All right. Well, no D&D next week. Oh, I'm sad because there's so much to. Oh, there's so much. Okay. I'm so invested in this game. Have a great night. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for more video games. And until then, have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Whatever's clever. Good night, everybody.